The European stretch is over, and now we're back in the Midwest to experience the largest disc golf tournament in the world. The Ledgestone Open is our yearly reminder that the thrill of competition is open for all disc golfers, from the amateur playing their first Flex Start C-Tier to the veteran professional looking to continue a hot streak. And as thousands compete across the greater Peoria area, the pros continue their push towards the playoffs and hope to capitalize on the third Elite Plus event of the season. Last year, we saw Redalen bursting onto the scene, Big Money Missy living up to her nickname, and a spectacle so nice we just had to see it twice.
Get off of that. Get in the hole. That was awesome!
This year, with the playoffs looming, any throw, any putt could be the one that defines the season. The 2024 Ledgestone Open starts now.
Hello and welcome to Round 1 Front 9 coverage, MPO of the Discraft's Ledgestone Open, presented by Grip Equipment. We have a Disc Golf Pro Tour Plus event this week, Paul. That means 4 rounds all here on the Eureka course. But first, let's get into a little announcement of a release that we've got here. This is the brand new Dune. This is all recycled plastic. Little Trash Panda Jomez collab. We got it in red and in the Jomez teal.
With a nice little follow flight action on it too. Little stamp.
Ghost stamp.
Everybody likes that. Maybe you'll get a follow flight. Gannon Buhr though.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting a lot of fairways, doing his thing in C2.
#1 ranked player in the world currently. And that is just so obvious the way he's been playing lately.
Without a doubt, yeah.
Anthony Barela, 4-time winner on the tour this season. I mean, could you imagine saying that midway through last season, that midway through this season, he'd be a 4-time winner already?
Pretty wild.
Pretty incredible stuff. Paul McBeth, this is a guy you need to be watching out for right now. This guy has been hot lately, really trying to continue his 13-year Elite Series or Major winning streak. And we have got last year's reigning champion, the event he broke through and finally took down his first big win, Redalen. And this is unlike any Ledgestone Open we've seen in the past, because we've always had a couple rounds here, couple rounds over there at Northwood. And since we had the Champions Cup earlier this year, all 4 rounds at Northwood, we are doing all 4 rounds this year here at Eureka. So going to be an open track this week, a lot of wind, obviously a lot of OB, but Eureka has always played very scoreable.
First off the tee box, from Hillsboro, Oregon, the reigning Ledgestone champion, Redalen.
Yeah, very intimidating hole to start off too. 633 feet. It's par 4. Get something overstable, put it on Anheuser. That's typically the play. If you have the power, Heiser flip, get way down there and have a short up shot. Let's see what these guys do.
That's just a good shot right there.
Solid shot.
Don't need a ton of distance, but it does give you enough range back there. You can hammer a driver pretty hard.
Next off of the tee, from Huntington Beach, California, 2-time Ledgestone champion, 6-time world champion, Paul McBeth.
This is kind of a wonky little tee pad though.
It is very...
Yes.
That's a good word for it. Wonky is indeed...
Is turned over, but that's going to be fine.
Yeah, that's a great tee shot.
He'll be looking straight up at the hole, similar to Cole, maybe a little shorter.
Next up, from Scottsdale, Arizona, Anthony Barela.
This is a guy who can reach this hole on Heiser if he got aggressive enough and tried. It's just a big risk.
Going with an overstable driver.
Yeah, and he turns that over. That actually, he's got so much distance, that could find OB long. It's going to check up just in time.
That's just fine down there, too.
Rounding out the card, from Urbandale, Iowa, Gannon Buhr.
Really like Gannon's shot shape for this particular hole.
I like his shot shape for all particular holes.
Particularly this one, though, maybe?
Sure, yeah. His power drive shot is a slight turnover with a lot of flatness at the end. And, oh, I mean, that's a bit nervy there for Gannon. He's certainly not trying to play to the top of that hillside, but if you can land right there, it's the easiest approach you've got left.
He's got a little jump putt, you think? Or do you think he'll throw
He can
it?
jump putt from as far as he wants to, man. He did it yesterday in the Play with the Pros
He's got to
skins.
get down. Oh, never mind.
Watch out, though. That little run is going to make that putt really tough, if not impossible.
Yeah, just a foot from being absolutely perfect.
Yeah, but Gannon had a 220-foot approach that he jump putted with a driver. So he could jump putt as far as he wants.
I like that.
Yeah, a little short there from McBeth. You'd like to get that a little bit closer for the opening birdie putt.
No jump putt, just a throw from Gannon. What I like about it is he's actually going with the traditional putter play, a little more glide. When you're throwing like a overstable putter, sometimes you forget to get it there. You know, like Paul was so short that he threw it on Anheuser and in the tail and kind of dropped on him. This is real putter. Scoots up there, that's good.
Yeah, this shot, you'd like to drive it into the hillside, but if you drive it into the hillside a little bit too high, you can do what Anthony did and find yourself at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, that's a great putt. Great start. Circle's edge. I've said this for a long time, Jerm. I think that when you start off with a good putt like that, bodes well for the rest of the round.
Looks like Anthony's got a swing down there. That's fortunate. That's unfortunate. When you play this hole right, it seems impossibly simple.
Yeah.
But that being said, usually at least one person in your group screws it up.
Yeah. You're right. And in practice, brainless. Turn it over, you get down there, throw it up there. You're not scared of going deep.
You can't even really imagine a way to screw it up.
Yep. And then you get in the tournament and you're like, wait, I got a 25-footer?
Yeah, I just boosted my drive long OB, something I've never done before on that hole. I did it this morning, and it's just, you don't predict a mistake like that, but there's just weird ways you can screw up.
You're going to see a lot of birdies on that hole.
Is that Coda Hatfield here playing this weekend? Shout out to Coda Hatfield.
Yeah. Been a long time since we've seen him on the tour, but been a long time winner on the tour in general.
Yeah,
I don't think the pro tour, but he won plenty of national tours. Back in the day.
A-tier stomper from Oklahoma. If you guys aren't familiar with Coda Hatfield,
what are they trying to do here?
You want to throw probably a forehand, maybe a backhand mid-range down to the bottom of the hill. We have seen rollers in the past, but it's pretty aggressive play. You just need to get down to the bottom where you can see the pin and then just avoid going OB left. And Cole is going to lay down that roller.
I kind of like the way this is looking.
Yeah, he didn't throw it with a lot of steam. It's just a good control roller.
Sit. Don't be that mean.
And that is close, but I think he has found
the
bad side
brutal.
of OB.
That was as good as you could really throw it. I feel like it was wide.
Slightly more overstable, perhaps would have been better.
And that's going to be low. He's going to have options, though. He could go across, underneath that pavilion. I've seen people do it and get looks, but...
That's the scariest place to be off this hole, because he's still in bounds, therefore birdie's still in play, and I think that you feel compelled to get aggressive, and that can bring big score into play. Let's see what Paul's going to do with that second shot. This is the drive you're looking for, though.
Yeah.
Nice straight to slightly overstable finish with the driver, and just pound a forehand low. Have it hyzer before it gets to the lake.
Hurry. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, and that's the checking up the speed, going with the Raptor there for Anthony. It's going to give him a look every time if he does it like that.
I don't know if there's anybody, I'm going to be willing to say this, more accurate than Gannon right now with the sidearm, more controlled with as much distance.
Sure. Oh. McBeth, heavy hyzer.
Oh, no.
That's,
You know what I mean? Like, I'm never worried, and then it just goes farther than I think with Gannon.
yeah, he's got all the tools. I mean, that's talking about every shot shape, angle off the tee. He's got it. And then he makes his putts at a higher rate than most of us, and that's the formula for being the #1 ranked player in the world.
So is that. Nice little ricochet off the tree. Give yourself a little 20-footer for birdie on really one of the tougher birdies on the course. I think it gets really tight up there by the green.
Cole trying to save the par, puts this one out wide. Oh, nice touch there. Getting overstable at the last moment before it finds water's edge. That'll be a par save.
This is a really tough shot right here. Anheuser, don't put too much on it. Let it come out. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, that is so nice. Just to get the disc to flatten out before it finds its way down the hill.
The shot becomes a lot harder when there's a little bit of wind involved because you don't know if it's going to push, carry, drop.
Oh, McBeth trying to save the par from top of the hill. How aggressive was that? And he's going to find himself out of bounds now. It's a short putt for the double bogey. Surprising mistakes there from McBeth.
Good looking putt for the bird from Anthony. Gets on the board.
What was that about from Paul? That is
Filling his putt.
All right. I mean, that's something that we were really giving him a lot of credit for at the European Open, and it continued even last week at the Estonia at the European Disc Golf Festival. It came down to the wire with him and Ricky, and his putt is just looking true to form and back to prime McBeth. So, I mean, I guess I give him a little credit for it, but he paid the price heavy there with the double bogey.
With a new style, too. Doesn't look like the old putt we used to see back in the day, but when it goes in, new things are sweet.
It's hard to argue with the results. Hole 3, par 3, 200 and not 260. It's closer to 290 something. I forget exactly what the number is, but it's uphill too, so it's not even close to 260. You have to, if you go down the middle, you kind of have to put a little bit more pace on it than you think. There's so many trees here. It just seems like every time you connect on one of these pines, it finds its way out of bounds. Unless you're Scott Stokely, who ricochets it off a tree into the basket.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome.
One of the best tree directions you're ever going to see in your entire life.
How cool.
Caught on film. Stokely can't believe it. There is also a hyzer forehand over the path. Look at this. How does Gannon miss everything and find bullseye there? That is the skinniest line you can find in the forest.
Gotta love this shape, though. Skinny.
I don't. That is so lucky. He is not trying to go that route. If that just touches bark, it finds himself
in the hole?
In the lap of a spectator on the other side of the path.
Maybe in the hole?
Maybe not.
Hey, I don't know. We just saw it.
That was really... The shape is nice if he starts it more to the right. I'll give you that.
Uh-oh.
Was it a double tree kick?
We like those on this hole. This one you're all...
never mind. Single tree.
Yep.
Needed the double tree hotel.
Always kind of grinding your teeth on this one because you just never know. A really good shot can just find OB. A perfect shot won't ever find OB.
Yeah, that's nearing that perfect shot line.
I think that is. I think that's what we're looking for. No chance of anything bad happening.
Yeah, a slight little drag from left to right down that fairway is wonderful. And actually, it's really nice from right to left drag with the forehand. Very similar to what Gannon tried and executed of the skin of his teeth.
Good stuff right there. Let's see how far back Anthony is. Yeah, he's got the distance for the putt, but this is a Hail Mary. Get it up high.
Oh, good effort.
Yeah.
Really good effort there. Anthony will settle with the bogey. Meanwhile, McBeth will try to get this one back to par. And he does.
Pretty.
So, an interesting start from McBeth. even par through 3. Hasn't even come close to taking a par.
Yeah, coming out of hole 3, you're wanting to be 1 under. Get 1, par 2, par 3, and you feel pretty good.
Yeah.
You know? But
I mean,
they can get you.
If you're under par leaving hole 6,
Yeah.
you're
100%
beating
right.
the course.
Yep. Yep.
At that point, the course really opens up a bit. But with the stretch that we've got in front of us now, 4, 5, and 6, big numbers can happen quick. So you really like to get 1, maybe even 2 of these first 3 holes and give yourself a little buffer going into the next 3, which can be very tricky.
Gannon starting off hot.
Stokely 3 under through 3 with that ace. I call that hot. On to 4. This is a classic hole. We've been playing this one ever since we first came to Eureka, and for good reason. It's just a beautiful blind downhill at 423 feet with the sidewalk on the right side OB. Left side plays as a natural bunker, which usually produces bogeys if you find yourself in there early. But putters can get there at this range just because it's such a dramatic downhill slope.
And this one has changed a bit. In years
Has it?
past, yeah, well, just because of the trees on the left is pushed out, you used to be able to break it from left to right
I
on
see
that
what you're
left side.
Yeah.
And those trees have grown out. It's changed it into like more of a hyzer play. Putter like this, flatten it out, go down the middle, and end up in the left-hand side. You have to throw so understable down the left side to get it to break now, and just not the smartest shot. I think we're going to see most people.
Well, it looks like Cole is challenging that straight line, trying to break it over.
Here's the problem, though.
Yeah.
That's 60 feet, but once it keeps going right, you end up so far down there, and the putts are scary.
Yep.
They like to roll if you miss.
McBeth not really making his mind one way or the other, and that's the early punishment that you receive.
Hard layup from there. Extremely downhill once you crest this flat spot that we're watching. Oh,
AB just barely missing it. Now, does this stay in bounds? Well, it certainly does. And what a
another.
kick.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I don't really know how you can play this one for par. It's, at this point, you almost are thinking, is it okay playing for just a single bogey?
Where'd it go?
I couldn't really tell if he threw a thumber, a roller, or what that was. I think it was a thumber. And that's a layup all day long. It's just too early in the round to get aggressive from that range on hole 4.
Is he gonna
Unless
do
you're
it?
Paul McBeth. Of course, he's running it.
Good bid.
Yeah, sure.
Stays up there somehow.
Yep. Gannon wants nothing to do with that.
Final round, you might see some bids from that distance, right around that 60-foot
Yeah,
mark.
sure. If
Making
you're
a
trying
little
to
push or something.
claw some strokes back, I could see it. And getting back under par is Anthony with a great birdie on 4. Taking advantage of the nice little tree kick back down to the C1.
Such a weird bonus hole.
Oh, no. What a weird start for McBeth. Birdie double, birdie double.
Not rare to see your whole card, not the whole card, but your card average over par on this one.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean,
Really tough hole.
even with the birdie, it
Yeah.
still is going to average over par. And McBeth fires that one in there.
Making sure that the basket works. Whoa,
Yeah.
that was for double?
Yeah, he bad drive, thumber or whatever he did real quick. Tried to make it for par
Oh,
from
yeah.
60
No, you're right.
and missed the shorty. Kicked out left.
Happens
Beth
quick.
2 over par.
Stokely 4 through 4.
No, Aiden
Oh, no,
Scott.
Eric Scott, yeah.
Aiden Scott with
Aiden's
a
guy.
great start. Heading over to the baseball field hole. What are the different options?
Well, you can lay up towards the right side, about right here. Throw something really overstable. That's a play that I've liked to do in the past. Or you can go for it. It plays about 4 450 to go right at the basket and clear. All of 470 with the power that you need, I feel like. But you can flex something that kind of coasts into the left. This is when you go out of bounds, you go straight to the drop zone. So it's a dangerous hole.
And drop zone's 350 feet away, and you can only barely see the basket. So it's...
Oh. Is this a spike hyzer that's going to be good?
It might be perfect.
Oh, wow.
It just
Jerm.
digs into the ground.
Can you believe that angle?
It's just, that's... If you see someone throw that high on this hole, you're saying...
Automatically.
That's out of bounds in left center field.
Yeah. This is more of the traditional
Yeah.
shot shape that you're looking for.
And a bit of a tailwind earlier in the day. It looks like the flags are still blowing the same direction at this time. These guys are about 4 hours later than the card I played on, so looks like the wind was pretty consistent. Now this is the really aggressive line. Just got to get over that fence and you're golden. That was a beautiful shot. What's McBeth going to do now? Is he going to ace it to get back to par?
Oh, this thing lifted. This looks good.
He has nearly aced it in the past.
Oh, it doesn't. It looked good, but that
Yeah.
doesn't mean it is good, guys.
No, and this will be bogey at best. It's fairly wide. Oh boy. McBeth in danger of taking a third double bogey if he doesn't make a putt from 40 plus feet. Meanwhile, Gannon giving a good effort.
Thought he might have found something there. McBeth has a nice little read now. Knows it's not dropping that much. Yeah, can't drop in if it's not online.
Man, not many courses are given a player like McBeth 3 double bogeys in their first 5. Eureka is one of those places. Ah, Cole. Good height, just a bit too far right.
That looks good, yeah.
That drive was just so high, just incredible. His arm speed is unlike anything we've really seen in the game. I asked him yesterday in the Play with the Pros whether he ever regrets not following through or pursuing baseball more. Just
What was his answer? I'm curious.
he says sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says, you know, I think about it sometimes. Just his arm speed it's just, I can't imagine it being any less impressive than seeing a major league pitcher throwing a fastball. It's just there's the whip, the sound the disc makes. It's one of the reasons you should come see an event in person and follow him. Just like stand down the fairway and hear the air just ripping as the disc goes. It's just not like what you hear with other disc golf shots.
Thought about that too. Just with the car salesman thing, you know. What man, if I could have sold a lot of cars. Just kidding.
Yeah, no, I'm sold.
Oh, this is a tough one, Jerm. What we got? 885.
And it's going to be a headwind. It's a right to left headwind. It's the worst possible wind for this hole, and it's already the hardest hole on the course. Yeah, this is a brutal one. Just try to play a hyzer in, play another hyzer in, and then pitch up and just take your par and walk away.
See, like this angle, like how far is that going? We have no idea. Could be.
Yeah, right.
Could be the 470 we just saw.
Well,
It's not though.
so here's the thing. Later on in the day, this course changes because the parking lot fills, and shots like where Anthony Barela just landed are no longer able to see the pin. Earlier in the day, there's no cars here. And so that shot is going to be completely visible. So I'm curious if that's going to be a part of his decision-making process, whether or not he's able to see the pin.
This is getting a little extra. It's a nice angle. I like that angle. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's in a good position to attack if he wants to. I just think in the wind, it's not the brightest idea to attack this hole.
This needs to hurry. Gonna be close, I think.
I
the middle of the
like
fairway.
I like that shot from McBeth. Keeping it low out of the wind. Oh, it doesn't look ultra windy right now. And it's going to give that plenty of height. Try to spike that in the middle and does so perfectly.
I think that's just a par play.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a good play.
Yeah, it's a mature decision there. Anthony does not look like he's making a mature decision.
I like the
Not in a bad
shape,
way.
I think.
Yeah, it's not in a bad way. I'm just saying, like, this is ultra aggressive, and that's the Anthony Barela we love. And maybe it is a mature decision because he knows that that's what his strength is.
Yeah. Do you think that is aggressive, or do you think that's because of how far he throws? Is that a chip shot? You know?
I think it's a chip shot. I think you're right. Cole.
That's it.
He's on the green putting for the birdie.
Such a good birdie. I mean, this is one that nobody is laughing at you playing for par here. It is.
Oh, gosh, no.
It is such a good par. And McBeth, with that low shot, you're right. He's actually in the best position out of the group.
Keeps us plenty wide, swinging back in bounds just outside C1, looking for the birdie.
Right next to that pole, though. I wonder if that's going to be a little bit bothersome.
Little pesky.
Yeah.
Gannon giving this an honest bid.
Oh, coasting
Jeez
it kind of
Louise,
in. It
man.
looked good right away, didn't it?
He gets so much distance with that jump putt. It's incredible.
Oh, man.
Anthony Barela, folks. That's a turkey right there on 4, 5, and 6. Unbelievable turkey to get.
Gaining so many strokes on the field.
That is, yeah,
just gaining so many.
Those holes average plus 0.12, plus 0.41, and plus 0.64.
Ton of strokes. McBeth needs it. He's going to get
Yes.
it. We're going to see
What a
birdies,
weirdo
maybe.
start. What a weirdo start. That is crazy.
You're not lying.
Wow.
Cole knocks this down.
Oh,
No.
man.
Can't get it to fall. 3 birdies on this with a par would have just been pretty amazing to see.
That's sad for Cole having great birdie looks on both 5 and 6 and chaining out on both of them. The one on 5 is a little more understandable, back edge of circle, but that one he's really got to knock down. Played the aggressive play off the tee and the approach, and you just got to get the payoff and score the birdie. But there were 11 players in the field with a birdie on 6, and Cole would have made it 12 right there. I don't even, my dreams don't dream of birdieing 4, 5, and 6. You know what I mean? Like, my dreams are like, oh man, I went 1 under through that stretch.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I play 2 of those holes for par, so
Yeah, right.
1 under is, like you said, kind of a dream start. This is one you can get. Just kind of straight. This is the easiest hole in the course, I'm guessing. 299, right down the middle, sidearm, backhand, whatever you want to try. There's even a sneaky little skip out to the right.
They have brought the OB line up on the left side high,
Pulled a little.
and it's going to work out just
baby.
fine. But yeah, if you kick left at all, there's a really good chance you're going to be out of bounds. Before, it had just been the river line or the creek. Beth, this has got some zip on it.
Right. In the circle.
Yep. Not a bad drive. Not a great drive either. This hole's so short, you'd love to just put one right up under the pin. And again, this is saying 299. It's not 299. This one's actually shorter than an
Maybe they got them
illicit.
flipped. 260 for the one, 299.
Yeah, that's very, very possible.
Oh. Cole with the buttery smooth backhand, dialing it
Yeah.
up.
Please, do it.
Out of the hand. He loved it in what was just barely left. Unbelievably nice.
This is going to be a great follow flight. Watch how this just doesn't want to come off the basket.
One of the straightest shots we've ever seen.
Oh, just right at
That's
the
one of
very,
those-
very
Look at that parabola. That is just up and down. Didn't move left or right an inch.
I'm going to give you a nux for that word, bub.
Thanks, dude.
'Cause I don't even know what that is. That's nice. Oh, a little low.
Well, McBeth waits the whole 7 to get his first par. And it's unfortunately on a missed putt in the circle.
Yeah, and it looks like it's an annoying little wind out there, you know? You can see everything just kind of moving. That's a good putt right there, but
Yeah. That's what a zippy putt will do, man. You can just putt right through the wind. Get that nose angle right and just send it.
yeah, it gets him to 4 under par. Great start.
Seriously. And no way.
That's 3 misses in a row on ones you gotta make, man. Especially trying to defend, you gotta make those.
Not very often are you going to see the player hit the same chain link from each direction on multiple consecutive shots.
Looked like that one could have caught.
Yeah, I was surprised it didn't. I even thought for a second maybe it was a spit out, but that is a tough stretch of putts there for Cole Redalen. Throwing the disc great, he's got to gain confidence from that, but it's hard when you're just not getting the payoff in the end.
Oh my gosh, Aiden.
Is he really 7 through 7?
That's really cool.
I didn't look back at the screen after 6 or after 5 even, because I just assumed no way. 7 through 7, that's never been done before in this course, I can't imagine.
I'm not sure, but I don't know. Those holes are so hard.
I'm
What a start.
speechless. That is unbelievable.
There's no chance he goes 8 for 8. This hole is so tough.
I'm not even kidding right now, Paul.
Yeah.
He has me by 12 strokes at this point. That's 5 over. 12 strokes.
These guys have this middle route, but a lot of them have the power to just go straight over this bad boy.
That is stupid, man. That is what somebody who could throw a 98-mile-an-hour fastball could do. That is cheating the sport.
Yeah, that's farther than most people get down the middle.
Yeah, if you just throw the hyzer flip, that's just...
Yeah.
Wow. A Gannon Buhr? Yeah.
Why not?
Whatever you can do, I can do a little bit worse.
A little bit worse, but still really good.
Still great. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's kind of about the spot that I think people are looking to get if they're just trying to get through the gap.
Yeah.
And so I guess that's really what Gannon's trying to do. But the wind is favorable for the shot, though. It is the stalling wind, which kind of will lift. I am surprised to see 3 players go for the shot, though. This is pretty crazy.
I've definitely gone this way myself before, but if you go even wider, there's the road right there, and the only thing you really have to worry about are the cars. So I'm not making it over those trees at all, but you can go around them.
All right, so Cole goes down the middle, and let's see if we can line this up with where Anthony landed. He's still short of Anthony's drive, I believe.
I think you're right.
And that was a great drive from Cole's, just putting into perspective here. It would have been really cool had McBeth thrown first, then Gannon, and then Anthony.
This is a bad shot. On a great kick, I think.
Yeah, that was way right, heading to the swamp bog that's out of bounds over there on that right side.
If this was a par 3, it'd be a really, really hard birdie.
Oh, just from where Gannon's drive landed?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
totally would be. That's going to come up short. Kind of a scary putt there. The basket is so close to out of bounds left. Yeah, and Anthony did have the longest drive of the group. That was a beautiful touch.
Cole is giving himself so many looks right
Yep.
now. Mm-hmm. That's a beautiful
He
shot.
really should be 4, maybe even 5 under if he makes all those putts.
Straight as a string. Helpful?
I don't think that was a bad thing that he hit that.
Okay.
I was fearful of it going out of bounds. Looks like Gannon's trying to give this a run. Yeah.
Why not?
Yep.
Got that much control.
Mm-hmm.
Only thing you can do from that would be bad is like hit the rim a little bit weird and then kind of ramps off.
Oh, look at this. It's going to do it.
Yeah, it did it, didn't it?
Wow. Heavy chains and still finds OB.
It's almost like you think it's a good break off the branch, but then it might cost you because you got to run it, you know? Oh, sit.
So Anthony will not card the 5th straight. He's got this to save the par.
Really
He's
good
in.
putt.
Still a great front 9 brewing here for Anthony with 5 birdies and that 1 bogey. And McBeth is going to get to
A little quick on the draw there from McBeth. That was a little high, but it's in there.
We've seen him
Yes.
do things like that in the past. Somewhat apathetic at a certain point. But McBeth's not going to give up. Don't you even begin to think that McBeth is done with this round. He's just a little fed up right now. So the only player on the card to play it quote-unquote proper is the only player to get the birdie. And Aiden Scott has found his first par of the round.
Dream start.
7 under is a good finishing number
Par out.
For the event.
Par out for the event.
For the event.
Yes.
Like, wow.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I mean, this course, when it gets windy, can be so brutal.
Oh, it's so
just
hard,
holes
yeah.
like this just turn into a 4 or a 5 so quick. Got to find in bounds the famous, you know what? I'm going to call it the infamous bridge hole.
Yeah, a little overstable fairway driver, I feel like. Turn it over. If you don't get it all the way turned, it's okay.
It's going to be pushing. Wow. I thought for sure that was going to find high grass, and it did.
Yeah,
That fought through.
That was a putter, and we're going putter here as well. Overstable putter. This is just a Luna, and this is...
Needs to find some stability.
Yeah.
Boy.
Not a big fan of that, just because of all the room you have on the left-hand side.
I'm a bit surprised myself, but he's done some incredible things with that disc this season.
Here's that play I'm looking for.
Yep. Gannon.
Overstable mid-range, though.
Oh, and he's going to find OB long. Gives it an ace run.
Great looking shape, just too
Yep.
much on it.
The price he pays is going to the end of the bridge and throwing from there, where he has famously thrown it in the past.
Another Luna. Floaty putter, I should say.
Okay.
See, that's what I like right there. I
Yeah.
feel like that is a spot. Never had a chance to go OB. Gives yourself a little circle's edge look. And then you get to watch people go from the drop zone.
Which is fun.
Which
When
is nice.
When you're in bounds.
Yes, it's nice.
It's fun to watch people in your card.
Oh,
gosh.
Provisional.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Big number coming.
Yeah. So Gannon actually going to go forehand from the drop zone instead of the backhand that he threw in. Oh, and he's going to go out of bounds.
No way. I cannot believe what I'm watching.
These guys have just shredded the front 9, and they don't even get to advance. You have to maintain in bounds. Is that what's happening here? Or is this...
You just got to make it on the island eventually, man. See, that's a 6.
Okay. I'm just surprised that Anthony didn't take the distance. Maybe he can't. I don't know. Either way, Gannon's putt for 5. Are you serious? What a 5. What a 5.
It's so dirty. Watch this go. Watch how far left it goes, and then watch it float in. That's a 3-foot break at the very end. That is such a good read.
That's a professional bowler just playing
That's great.
the oil perfectly.
Oh, that OB.
It just barely hung on there, but very close.
All right, Cole, come on. Yeah.
You know, we've praised Cole for adopting this quote unquote old school style up and down putting form, which he attributes it to being old school and putting on older style baskets that would be more prone to spitting out. But if it's a little bit windy, that putt gets a little shaky and it can fail a bit. And it looks like so far it's not been treating Cole the way he'd like to treat him. The front nine has way too many leak strokes on the putting green.
But because of that last hole, he's actually leading the cart with 4 missed putts in a row in the circle.
Oh, and Aiden Scott, look at that, takes the double bogey. And now we've got GT Hancock with a 6 under front nine. He is leading the way.
Wow.
So some pretty low scores in the front nine. Little struggles there from our feature group here.
No, absolutely. They're definitely behind the 8 ball right there. Back nine is, I feel like, more scoreable. There's a couple really tricky holes, 18 and I think 15. But if you can get past those, there's a lot of birdies to be had.
And we talked about Cole's driving. It's been nearly flawless. He's been getting himself opportunities, no bogeys thus far, but 4 putts missed on the green. And I think he's 3 under. He had an opportunity to shoot 7 down the front with clean putting. So something to clean up on the back nine here as we get to the back nine of round 1 here in Peoria, or actually Eureka, because that's where we are all week. Thank you to the Founders Club. Come on back. We'll see you for the back nine in just a moment.